Good morning, children. Hope you all are well and enjoying online learning. Today, we are going to learn about another topic of grammar, that is adjectives. So, first comes, what are adjectives? Now, here is a definition of adjective. An adjective is a word that tells us more about a noun or pronoun, including its quality, quantity, and position. You see the examples which are given below. First one, his car is new. Ben is an adorable boy. Third one, she wore a beautiful dress. Fourth one, he writes meaningless letters. So you can see those words which are bold, they all are the examples of adjectives because they are describing a noun or a pronoun in these examples. In simple words, you can say adjectives are describing words. Now, students, here are kinds of adjectives. There are various kinds of adjectives which are as follows. First, adjectives of quality. Second, adjectives of quantity. Third, adjectives of number. Fourth, demonstrative adjectives. Fifth, interrogative adjectives. Then, possessive adjectives. Another one, proper adjectives. Emphasizing adjectives. Participle adjectives. Nouns as adjective. Now, one by one, we'll discuss each type of adjective. So, first comes adjectives of quality. These adjectives describe size, color, shape of a person or object. See the example. He is a tall boy. I have a red dress. This is a heavy box. Nana has a black dog. My boss is an honest man. All the words which are bold, they all are the examples of adjectives of quality. In example 1, tall is describing a boy. Red is describing a dress. Heavy is describing a box. Black is describing a dog. Honest is describing a man. These all are the examples of adjectives of quality. Now we'll switch to another type, adjectives of quantity. They refer to the quantity, how much of a thing. Means we'll talk about how much thing we are talking about. See the example, she eats a whole apple daily. How much? Whole. So whole is an example of adjective of quantity. See the another example, I ate some rice. How much? Some rice. So some is also an example of quantity. अब पता नहीं. Third example, he has only little knowledge about his projects. How much knowledge? Very little. So little word is also an example of adjective of quantity. Now we'll switch to another type of adjective, that is adjectives of number. So what are adjectives of number? They tell us how many persons or things are meant or in what order a person or thing stands. Numbers are of two types, cardinal numbers and ordinal numbers. Cardinal numbers, examples 1, 2, 3, etc. And ordinal numbers which tells us a rank or position, first, second, third, like this. Here are a few examples of adjectives of numbers. Say, 2 children make a family perfect. How many children? 2. So 2 is an example of adjective of number. See the another example. Some women are upset. Some women. So some here is an adjective of number. Another, few dogs are unhealthy. How many dogs? Few dogs. So few is an example of adjective of number. She got the first position. Which position? First position. So first is an example of ordinal and the above ones are the example of cardinal. Dear students, now another type, that is demonstrative adjectives. What are demonstrative adjectives? They point to a person or thing. For example, this house is old. I'm talking about a particular house pointing towards a house. So this here is an example of demonstrative adjective. Another one, are that greenhouse yours? So that is demonstrative adjective in this example. Third one, we bought these candles for wedding anniversary. So these example of demonstrative adjective in the third example. Here student, few points to remember. Where do we make use of this, that, these, those? So this we'll use for singular and near objects. That we'll use for singular and far objects. These we'll use for plural and near objects. Those we'll use for plural and far objects. This is the difference among these. Now, interrogative adjectives. What are interrogative adjectives? These modifies the noun by asking a question. So WH words are one. These are the interrogative adjectives. See the example. Whose pen is this? Who is the dress for? Where are my shoes? What movie do you want to see? So words whose, who, where and what. These all are the examples of interrogative adjectives. Next one, possessive adjectives. What are possessive adjectives? They show possession or belonging of the noun to a person or few a people. Example, my car is very old. Whose car? My car. Your book is new. Whose book? Your book is new. His sister is very friendly. Whose sister? His. So words like my, your, his, they all are showing possession. So they are called possessive adjectives. Proper adjectives. The adjectives which are formed from proper nouns are called proper adjectives. You know, student, proper nouns which specific name of a person, place, animal or a thing. The words which are derived from proper nouns, they are called proper adjectives. See the example. Robin is an Indian player. Indian word has been derived from India. So Indian here is an example of proper adjective. Second one, I love Chinese food. So here Chinese word has been derived from China. So it is also an example of proper adjective. Japanese cars are wonderful. Japanese word from Japan. Shakespearean sonnets are easy to comprehend. Here Shakespearean means from Shakespeare it has been taken. Sonnets means 14-line poem. They are easy to comprehend. So words Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Shakespearean, they all are the examples of proper adjectives as they all are formed from proper nouns like India, China, Japan, Shakespeare respectively. Now, emphasizing adjectives. These adjectives are used to emphasize or stress on the noun it qualifies. For example, that very CD I wanted to have. What he said is an absolute truth. This is my own house. So words like very, absolute, own, they are laying more stress on the noun which it qualifies. They all are the examples of emphasizing adjectives. Students, another type, participle adjectives. So first of all, I'll tell you what is participle. Participle is one of the type of verb. It is non-finite verb actually. It is not directly linked with the subject. It is of two types, past participle and present participle. Past participle which ends with ed, d, t, en or n, which I have mentioned at the bottom in the slide, and present participle which ends with verbs which ends with ing. So when these participle, either past or present, act as adjective, they are called participle adjectives. You see the examples. I read an interesting storybook. I have never seen such a boring film. My vacation was so relaxing. The man is amused by the movie. The audience was bored. All the words which are bold in interesting, boring, relaxing, amused, and bored, they all are the examples of participle adjectives because here past participle and present participle they are acting as adjectives. Present participle like interesting, boring, relaxing, and past participle like amused and bored. Now, students, another type and the last one, but not the least, nouns as adjectives. In some example, you will see some nouns also act as adjectives. So they are called nouns adjectives. See the example. I presented him a diamond ring. He likes a lemon tea. The thief broke the stone wall. It is vegetable soup. She admired the snow sculpture. If you will see all the words which are bold, they all are the examples of noun, but in these examples, they are acting as adjectives. So these are the examples of nouns, adjectives. So now, dear students, one exercise is given just to check the understanding of the topic. You have to do this exercise. I'll read all the sentences for you and I'll guide you what you have to do in it. What you have to do, you have to identify the adjectives and have to mention which kind of adjective is there. Here are 10 sentences. In every sentence, there will be adjectives. You have to find out and you have to mention different type or different kind of adjective. First, this room has been decorated by my mother. Second, his family invited me to the party. Third, his grandparents are of Indian origin. Fourth, give the beggar some food. Fifth, five, peasant, five passengers got down from the bus. What question did the interviewer ask? These walls need whitewashing. Jackson was a popular musician. He saw a flying jet. He has his own laptop. So, bete, here are the 10 examples. You have to find out the adjective. This is a homework for you. I hope, students, you have understood the topic. Thank you so much and have a good day.